Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome to live prenatal and postnatal yoga. My name is Jessica and I teach a pre and postnatal class here at Beach Life Fitness in Redondo Beach. And I want to give everyone a minute to grab some props. If you have props at home that you want to use for your practice, I typically use a set of yoga blocks. You don't need these necessarily. If you want, you can even grab like a couple of books, stack them up. It's just really to bring the floor up to you, giving you those extra inches. Everything's optional. I do recommend some kind of a blanket or a towel just to sit on, and something that you can easily kind of roll up. And then the other thing you might want is just a firm pillow or bolster or something. Couch pillow works for the end of practice. So take a minute, grab anything that you might need, and then we'll get started. I also want to mention to you that I'm not playing loud music, just so that it doesn't compete with you being able to hear me. Typically in a class I would play music for you, but if you want to put on your own music in the background, then feel free to do so. And let's get started in a comfortable cross-legged position on your blanket. If you're using a bolster and you want to sit up onto a bolster just to elevate the hips, by all means, go ahead and grab that. I also want to mention that, even if you're not pregnant or postpartum necessarily, and you're looking for some sort of gentle yoga, especially for people that are new to yoga, this is a great place to be in terms of breath work and strengthening and just gently stretching. Now that we're doing this virtually, anyone can join, so please do. Bring your hands to your knees, sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead and just close your eyes. Start to notice the sit bones rooting down into the earth. Relaxing as much as you can through those hip flexors. Go ahead and take the shoulders, shrug them up by the ears, melt them down the back. One more in that direction. Just a nice, good morning shoulder stretch, and then take two in the opposite direction. Just kind of getting out any sleep in the neck. And then pause, maybe bringing the hands face down on the knees for a more grounding practice this morning. If you're feeling a little sluggish, maybe flip the palms up for receiving. And the shoulders melting away from your ears, crown of the head, just reaching up towards the sky. Let's take a deep breath in the nose together. Open the mouth and sigh the breath out. Two more like that. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more in the nose. And out the mouth. Close the lips and start to take the breath just in and out through the nose. Again, keeping the eyes closed is a really beautiful way of turning that gaze inward. To see anything here, just breathe. Nice slow inhales matched by nice slow exhales. By breathing in and out of the nose, a slight constriction in the back of the throat, we begin to ignite that ujjayi breath, that yogic breath, that texturized audible breath. Keeps us present throughout our practice. So when you notice the mind sort of wandering out of the space as it does, just gently bring it back to the breath. Just a few more rounds here. Maybe setting an intention for your practice this morning. Something as simple as how you want to feel for the rest of your day. One more breath. Blink the eyes open and begin to take some gentle circles with the heart. Sufi rolls. As you inhale, drag the heart over one knee in a circular pattern. As you exhale, round through the spine, like an angry cat, chin to chest, right? So the inhale guides the heart forward. Exhale, round. Starting to lubricate through the spine, opening up through the hips. These circles can be as big or as small as feels good in your body. I'm here to guide you through the movement, but truthfully, I want you to move in a way that really feels good this morning. During pregnancy, we often deal with sciatica, low back stuff, so it's just a nice gentle way of getting into that space. 2 more in this direction. Maybe even exaggerating that exhale, kind of really breathing between those shoulder blades. The next time the heart is forward, just seamlessly switch the direction of those circles. We'll take a few in the other way. You can let the head roll out. Anything that feels good here. Maybe even pause and breathe an extra breath into a space that feels a little bit tight. Let's take 3 more here. Begin to take these circles just a little bit smaller each time you come around. And eventually we'll coil ourselves all the way up to a nice tall spine. Hands to heart, deep breath in through your nose, and exhale out your mouth. From here, go ahead and keep the left foot tucked in and extend your right leg out any amount. And just notice a little micro bend in that knee is great, just so we're not overstretching. For my pregnant mamas, we do have relaxin hormone flowing through us, which is wonderful because we want to open up to birth our babies, but we just also don't want to overstretch and pull anything. And keep those toes flexed. From here, extend the arms out in front of you, hooking one thumb on top of the other like butterfly wings. Really pull those arms apart, engage the muscles in the upper arms. As you inhale, reach your fingertips to the sky, length along that spine. As you exhale, tap your toes, your shin, your knee, anywhere where those fingertips reach. Again, inhale to lengthen, exhale to tap. These are digestion taps, kind of getting into that descending colon, wringing everything out. Exhale as you tap. 3 more on this side, rhythm of your own breath. Really pulling those thumbs apart. Those arms are active here. Last 2. Next time the hands are reaching up towards the sky, pause for an inhale. As you exhale, open twist. Right fingertips in front of you, left fingertips behind you. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, take a gaze over that left shoulder. Seated spinal twist, safe for pregnancy. 1 more breath. On the next inhale, come back through center, sealing the palms above the head. And then exhale, hands to heart. Bring the soles of the feet together in front of you, so the knees are splaying out, now like knees are butterfly wings. Grab a hold of your ankles or your shins, and begin to inhale as you open up through the chest, pulling yourself through those arms. As you exhale, again, round through the spine, tuck the pelvis upward. Yeah, so it's an inhale as you come forward. Exhale, round. This is a seated cat-cow or camel ride. We're starting to open up through the pelvis. Again, lubricating that spine. Back and forth. Just a few more here. For my pregnant mamas, we're really creating that space for baby to find an ideal birthing position, right? So just a few more here. Exhale as you round. Last one. And then all the way back through center. Pause and we'll switch sides. You'll keep the right foot, tucked in. Extend the left leg out. Again, keeping a little micro bend in the knee, flex through the toes, extend those arms out in front of you once more. When you hook the thumbs, opposite thumb on top. It probably feels a little bit awkward. Pull those hands apart again. Engage those muscles in the arms. If those shoulders are pressing you forward, plug them back in. As you inhale, reach those arms up to the sky, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tap. Again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, tap. You're always welcome to close the eyes whenever we're doing something where you don't need to see me. Practice that. It feels so good to just move with your breath. Exhale, one more here. The next time those fingertips are reaching towards the sky, pause for the inhale. Open twist on the exhale. Left fingertips in front of you, right fingertips behind you. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, twist. Maybe taking the gaze over that right shoulder. One more breath here. Come back through center, sealing the palms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Recross those legs for me, but switch the crossing, so opposite shin in front. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, walk those hands forward, any amount. Fingertips rooted like little cupcakes are under those hands. Relax the head, press those hips back. So you're getting that really beautiful stretch all along the spine into those outer hips. Begin to walk the hands over towards the right. And as you do that, press that left sit bone back and down. Really nice stretch along the left side of the body. And then walk the hands all the way to the left. Same thing, press that right sit bone back down towards the earth. Breathe into those side ribs. Inhale back through center, and then walk them all the way up. Let's come to hands and knees. Grab a sip of water if you'd like. I like to keep a blanket underneath my knees just for a little bit of extra padding, so you're welcome to do so. And if you're using a set of blocks or anything as a substitution for blocks, you might set those blocks at the top of the mat and bring your hands onto those blocks. So setting yourself up for a tabletop position here, cat-cow position, stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Creases of the wrists are facing forward. You're really spreading wide between the fingers, and those knees are hips distance. For a moment, tuck your toes and just give yourself a nice little foot massage. Shift those hips back and forward, just a few rounds here, getting into the bottoms of the feet. Oftentimes in pregnancy, we deal with a lot of foot cramping and leg cramping, so just giving those feet a little bit of love here, and then come back through center, untuck those toes. Excuse me, we'll take some gentle cat and cow as you inhale, lifting the heart, lifting the tail, any amount. As you exhale, round through the spine, pressing your hands into those blocks or into the earth, cat pose. Inhale, heart and tail lift. Exhale, round chin to chest. Close your eyes. Let the breath be your guide. Really slow it down here. Use the breath to open up those spaces in the low back. This cat-cow movement is beautiful for any body, especially in a pregnant body. I love this because anytime we do something belly down, we're creating that space for our babies to move head down, right? We ideally want their heads down, their backs towards our bellies, and their chins into their chests. So you're really creating all that space at the same time, opening up through the pelvis. Give me 3 more rounds here. After that final round, we'll pause back at the center of the pose with a neutral spine. You'll take a step back with your right toes. Keeping those toes rooted on the mat, begin to shift the weight again, forward and back. So Really enjoying that beautiful stretch in the back of the leg. And then as you shift the weight forward a little more into those hands, I want you to think about firming up the midline of the body, gently drawing navel or baby towards spine, lifting that right leg just a few inches off the ground. Those hips are square. Breathe. This is the body turning on. A little shaking is normal. Stay here. Or if you want to play with balance, extend the left arm forward for balancing cat. Fingertips reaching forward, the leg is reaching back. One clean line of energy from fingertips to toe tips. Stay for the in-breath. And stay for the out-breath. Lower the hand, lower the knee, and just shift the hips from side to side. Cleansing breath in the nose, maybe take it out the mouth. And then when you're ready, we'll switch sides. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see me a little bit better. Take a step back now with those left toes. And begin to shift the weight again, forward and back. If you get those pesky leg cramps in the middle of the night, this is a good one to try. And then shifting the weight again into those hands. Lift that left leg, any amount. Those hips are square. Breathe. Extend the right arm forward. Just like you're shaking my hand, right? Think about the neck is neutral. Reaching forward with the hand and back with the foot. One more breath. Side obliques turning on. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Just take a seat back in a Virasana pose for a moment. Give those wrists a bit of a break. Maybe just roll the wrists out. And we'll make our way, when you're ready, back to hands and knees. And we'll take what we just learned, one movement per breath. So if you want to take a gaze up at me, the inhale is to extend opposite hand and foot, and then lower as you exhale. Come back through center. Switch sides. Dynamic movement, one movement per breath. Nice and slow, using control. Really wonderful for toning those abdominal muscles, for pelvic floor health. Taking the wobble out of it, right? Use your breath to smooth it out. Maybe one more on each side. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Press it back into a child's pose. Bring the knees as wide as you'd like, big toes to touch, shift those hips back. You can rest the forearms on those blocks if you'd like. You can even bring your elbows down to the earth and just let the head gently rest in your hands. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out your mouth. Might feel good to shift the hips from side to side. And child's pose is considered a resting pose here in yoga, and you know that you can come back into this pose at any point during our practice. You just need a little reset, a little rest. 2 more breaths here. All right, everyone, when you're ready, let's come back up to hands and knees. And you're going to take your blocks, if you're using blocks, and you're going to turn them, I'd say either to the middle height or even the highest height. So it's really up to you. Come back to hands and knees. We're going to get into some low lunges. So you'll take a step forward with your right toes. So you're finding this sort of asymmetrical lunge. The toes are fanned out, knees open to create space for baby. You might even take that bottom knee and scoot it back a little bit if your legs are long. As you press your hands into those blocks, start to bend into that right knee, open up through the heart and the chest. And as you exhale, just gently shift your hips back finding a hamstring stretch. From here, relax the head, breathing into the low back, breathing into the back of the leg. Let's take that again. As you inhale, come forward, open up through the heart and the chest. As you exhale, shift it back. One movement per breath. We'll take 3 more rounds here. Again, when we talk about positioning of baby, these asymmetrical lunges are beautiful. You can do this at home, with a foot on the couch. You can do this in early stages of labor, hospital bed, using a birthing ball. We're really creating that space for baby to find his or her way. You should feel good here. 1 more round. And then next time that front knee is bent, if you're using blocks, just bring the blocks a little bit closer together and begin to heel toe that right foot towards the center of your pose. I want the toes facing forward now, so now we are having those hips square. Firm up the legs as you bring the hand to the knee for support, and then come all the way up. Okay, from here, maybe bringing your hands to your hips. If you feel a little bit wobbly, you can even walk that right foot to the right just a little bit. Gently melting that tailbone down, hugging those floating ribs in. The arms will bring you up, low crescent. As you reach your fingertips to the sky, think about relaxing those shoulders down the back. And as you press your feet into the earth and squeeze those hips together, the pose is active. 2 more breaths. Try and relax through the face. The jaw is soft. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips high to the sky. As you exhale, bend into the arms like goalposts. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squeeze. 1 more here. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, squeeze. Sealing the palms. Exhale, bring those hands down to your blocks. And then lower that right knee to meet the left. Spread the blocks a little bit wider, and then just take a few gentle circles with the hips here. I'll turn this way so you can see me. Might feel really good to just exaggerate these circles. You can even press all the way back through child's pose. Just kind of letting that side go. Take a couple in the other direction. When you're ready, make your way back up to hands and knees, and we'll just switch sides. We'll take a step forward with those left toes. Again, just fanning the toes out any amount, creating space for baby. Move that bottom knee back as much as you need, and we'll start to take those lunges forward and back. As you exhale, finding that gentle hamstring stretch. When I was pregnant, this was my favorite thing to do. It just felt really good in my body. I hope it does for you too. Nice release in that low back. 2 more here. And then again, next time that left knee is bent, pause, bring the blocks closer together. Heel toe your left foot towards the center of the pose. Those toes are facing forward, right? Hands to knees for support, and then come all the way up, maybe bringing your hands to your hips. Just a gentle reminder that if there's that real sway in the low back, just think about tilting those hip points up, relaxing the tailbone down. And then when you've got your base, your arms will bring you up. So you're pressing through the big toe mound of that left foot, the top of the right foot where your shoelaces would be. You're squeezing those hips together and reaching up towards the sky. 1 more breath. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, bend. Again, inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, cactus in the arms. 2 more like that. Just really squeezing those shoulder blades together. As you inhale, maybe sealing the palms above the head. Exhale, hands down to those blocks. Lower the left knee to meet the right, and then just sit back once again on your feet in that comfortable Virasana pose. Flip the palms to face up and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out your mouth. One more like that. Cleansing breath in the nose. And out the mouth. Really nice. From here, again, grab a sip of water and we will make our way into downward facing dog. If you are using blocks under your hands in down dog, then go ahead and get those blocks set up. I would recommend, especially for my third trimester mamas, we don't want to flip baby into a breech position. So if we know baby's head down, blocks are never a bad idea. On the flip side, if you have a baby whose feet are down, I would say ditch the blocks, even walk around your house in downward facing dog. But it's up to you. Let's go ahead, and you can keep your blanket underneath the knees again, just for that extra support. So go ahead and spread those fingertips nice and wide. Tuck your toes, hips to the sky, finding our first downward facing dog of the morning. And for most of us, this is the first down dog of the day, so maybe bring the feet a little wider than hips distance, especially if those hamstrings feel tight. Begin to pedal out through the knees, bending into one knee, straightening the other, switching sides, taking your dog for a little stroll. Relax the head. Maybe some stillness in the legs, bringing the feet back to more of a hips distance if you'd like. Give the head a gentle shake, yes. Maybe a gentle shake, no. And then from here, I want you to come up high onto your tippy toes and begin to shift the weight forward like you're going to move through a plank pose, but then start to lower your knees down to the earth. From here, keeping your toes tucked, take an inhale as you lift the heart and the tail. Exhale as you round through the spine. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And just let it out your mouth. Let's take that again. Up high on the tippy toes, shift the weight forward with control, lower your knees down. Keeping the toes tucked, inhale the heart and the tail to lift. Exhale, round through the spine, cat pose. Inhale for cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Let it out your mouth. One more like that. High up on those tippy toes. Shift the weight forward. Slowly lower those knees down. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. Heart and tail lift. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Cleansing breath in the nose and out your mouth. Bend the knees and slowly take a walk back towards your feet. Right, so we will end in the back, at the back of your mat in a forward fold. Maybe grabbing for opposite elbows, the knees can be bent, let the head just completely drop out here. I like to sway my hips from side to side. If you're experiencing any crankiness in the low back, just bringing the weight into more of the ball of the foot can help with that. And then just switch the crossing of the arms. One more breath here. And let's all let our hands just relax down towards the earth. Put a generous bend in your knees, tuck your tail, and just round up like a rag doll, so slow. The head is the very last thing to come up. Take your time. Shrug the shoulders up and back. First time that we're on our feet. So just take a moment to sort of feel what it feels like to be on your feet. And bring your hands to your heart. Feet are hips distance. Close your eyes. Just take a moment to root all four corners of those feet down into the earth. At the same time, just a gentle lift above the kneecap so those quadricep muscles are turned on. If I stuck a little tennis ball between your thighs and I said to sort of energetically squeeze your thighs together, what does that feel like? And then melting the tail down towards your heels, relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears, and gently allowing the head to reach up towards the sky. Take 3 breaths here. Blink the eyes open. If you are taking, if you had a blanket or a towel underneath you, that was a really good time to just move it out of your way, fold it over, maybe the long way like this, and just move it off to the side. We'll use that in a moment. And then come up to the top of your mat, hands to your heart. We'll take some rounds of half sun salutations this morning. Oh, I would mention that you can always use blocks. So if you want to take your blocks up to the top of the mat for just a little bit of support, you're welcome to do that. Inhale, arms all the way out and up. As you exhale, flip the palms, swan dive all the way back down. Maybe bringing your hands to those blocks. Inhale, halfway up, hands to shins or blocks, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Root down through the feet, little bend in the knees as the arms bring you all the way back up, sailing the palms, maybe bringing the gaze up towards those hands. Exhale, hands to heart. That's our half sun salutation. I'll turn this way so you can see me. Inhale, arms out and up. Just welcoming in this day. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up as you inhale, offering your heart flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise, arms will bring you all the way to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms to the sky. You're welcome to close your eyes. Exhale, forward fold. So moving meditation. Inhale, halfway lift. Ride the exhale all the way down. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round like that. Inhale. Find all that length along the back body as you exhale. Halfway up as you inhale. And forward fold as you exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause with one hand at your heart, bring the other down to baby's home. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And just let it out your mouth. One more like that. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Nice. From here, bring your hands to your hips. You are going to, let's see. Yeah, let's move into a balancing pose this morning. So feet are hips distance, hands to hips. I want you to begin to rock your weight forward from your toes to your heels. Just forward and back. Just noticing those little muscles that turn on for you so that you don't topple over. And then pause at your center and do the same thing from side to side. And just feeling your feet. Okay. And then truly find your center. We're going to move into tree pose, so beginning to shift the weight into your right leg. This is going to be the trunk of your tree. So as you press your foot down, really firm up that thigh. Begin to bend into the right knee any amount. Open the knee, open the hip. Options for tree this morning, you can keep your toes rooted and just kickstand the foot, allowing that heel to rest on the standing ankle. This is beautiful. If you want to play with a little bit of balance, maybe lifting the foot just a couple of inches so that the sole of the foot is pressing against the standing calf muscle. Wherever you are, really think about pressing those legs towards one another. If it's in your practice, using your hand to guide the foot all the way up into the thigh, that's great, just not on the knee. So wherever you are, breathe. If you fall out of it, no worries, just come back in. Let's all take our hands to our heart. Keep the breath moving, maybe bringing the arms up and out like tree branches. As you press down through the foot, you lift up and out of the waist. 2 more breaths. A little shaking is normal. And let's all bring our hands back to the heart space. From here, without lowering that lifted foot, start to bend into the right knee and then just hook the left ankle over the right thigh, coming into a figure 4 chair pose. So scoot your booty back, 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 back. The more you scoot the booty back, the more balanced you'll feel. You'll get this really beautiful stretch in that hip. Keeping hands at your heart or maybe extending the arms forward. Wherever you are, 1 more breath. And then gently come on out of it, straighten that leg, lower the foot down, shake it out. Nice work. When we're pregnant, balance is really hard, so just be gentle with yourselves. Again, let's take our hands to our hips once more, feet are hips distance. Now that you know where we're going with this on side B, just get playful. You don't have to build the same tree that you did on side 1. And so start to shift the weight now into the left leg. This is your anchor, this is your tree trunk, rooting it down. Open up through the knee and the hip any amount. If you're here today with the toes rooted, just think about lifting up and out of your waist. Build your tree. Hands to heart. You can stay here, or if you wanted to extend arms up and out, full expression of the tree pose. We're here for 2 more breaths. Hands to heart. Start to bend into that left leg. Once again, we're going to find that figure 4 chair pose. So hooking the right ankle over that left thigh, scoot your booty back. Back, 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 back. Hopefully it feels good in that hip. Keeping the hands here at the heart, or again, maybe opening them up. Wherever you are, 1 more breath. Hands to heart, come on out of it, lower the foot down, really nice focus, shake it out. Opposite hand to heart, other hand to belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And just sigh it out. 1 more like that, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, grab your hold of your blocks if you're using blocks, and just bring them to the side of your mat, the highest level. And then from here, go ahead and just open the legs out like a wide straddle. Little bit of a pigeon toe here, so toes in, heels out. Take up some space on your mat. As you inhale, the arms will bring you all the way out and up. As you exhale, come all the way down, maybe finding those blocks, or just bringing your hands to the earth. Relax the head here in a forward fold. Couple of breaths, the face is soft. One more breath. From here, bring your hands to your hips, put a little bend in the knees, tuck your tail, and round through the spine, just rolling up. Turn your right toes forward toward the top of your mat. And then find warrior 2 here in your feet. So take a gaze down. Make sure that the heel of that front foot is more or less in line with the arch of the back foot. So you're really pressing into the outer edge of that left foot. That way you can shift the left hip forward, right hip back, warrior two. This is a strengthening pose, really bending into that front knee, knees stacking above ankle. You're pressing into the outer edge of that left foot so much that that inner arch could almost lift. Deep breath in, deep breath out. On your next inhale, straighten that front knee, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, rebend, warrior two. Maybe you sink down a tiny bit. Again, inhale and exhale. One more like that. And exhale. Take a deep breath here. And let it out the mouth. Straighten that right leg. Turn the toes forward. Lower the hands down. This time, bring the heels in, toes out. Temple pose. Just come on down to a nice squat. Shift the hips from side to side. I love this stretch. It's a gentle open twist. As you inhale the heart forward, exhale, dip that right shoulder down. Take a gaze over the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. One more each side. Generous bend in those knees. The legs are working. Inhale through center and twist. Inhale back through center. Straighten those legs. Let's build warrior two on the left side. So turn those left toes to face forward. Gently kicking that right heel back, right? So when you bend into that, that left leg, you're stacking the knee above the ankle, really pressing into the outer edge of that right foot, shifting left hip back, right hip forward. Arms will bring you up when you're ready, warrior two. So there's this beautiful sort of balance between the effort and the ease in this pose. I know the legs are working, but can you relax the pelvic floor? Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And just enjoy this healthy challenge. One more breath. On the next inhale, straighten that left leg. This time bring your hands all the way up to the sky, sealing the palms above the head. Exhale, flip the palms, warrior two. Again, inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, rebend, warrior two. Just one more like that. Pause in your warrior two. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Straighten the leg, lower the hands down. Once again, just turn the legs forward or turn towards me. Deep breath in as your arms come out and up. And forward fold as you exhale. Just one more forward fold, letting it go. You can rest your forearms on those blocks if that feels good. And carefully bringing your hands to your hips. Once again, bend the knees, tuck your tail, and then round up. So slow. Release the hands and heel toe your feet back together. Nice work. All right, everyone. So I mentioned earlier that you could fold your blanket or your towel over the long way like this. So if you haven't already done that, go ahead and do that. Grab a sip of water. Move your blocks out of the way. You don't need them right now. And you're going to use this blanket as a little bit of a shelf for your heels as we do our squats. So I'll quickly demo what a prenatal squat looks like. The heels come to the outer edge of that blanket, heels in, toes out, hands to heart. Just like we did with our half sun salutations, the arms will bring you all the way out and up. As you exhale, bring the hands down through the heart space, start to bend into the knees, Malasana squat all the way down. Notice that the elbows can help press the knees apart, chest is soft, pelvic floor is relaxed. When you're ready to come up, bring your hands to your knees, tuck your chin, and just round through the spine. Right, so rolling up nice and slow, really driving that energy through your heels. It's continuous. The inhale brings the arms all the way up. Ride that exhale, down, down, down. Notice if you can just relax through the upper body. Stay as long as you want at the base of your squat, at least for a breath. And then when you're ready to come up, round through the spine. Really try not to depend on your stronger leg to get you up. Evenly pressing through those heels. So these squats are really important because we're keeping our legs super strong. When we're pregnant, our legs are sort of our new abs. So keeping your legs really strong. Also opening up that space in the pelvis to get our babies into an ideal position for birth. In the doula world, birthing world, it said if you squat every day, at least I would say 10, 15, maybe 20 squats a day, can really help to reduce excess tearing during your labor. And just continue like this at your own pace. If there's any pinching or pain associated with that deep squat, you can always come halfway down, half squat, yes? Same thing, you bring your hands to your knees and you round up. Just enjoying the strength of your body, at the same time using your breath to keep everything calm and relaxed. Let's finish the squat that you are on and take 2 more. Take your time. Most of us have just 1 more here. Exhale, hands to heart. When you finish that final round, just take a step off of your blanket. Sacred pause, just wrapping your arms around baby's home. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Side out the mouth. 1 more like that. Deep breath in. And just let it out. Maybe shift the hips. Side to side, just let the heart rate come back down. Nice work, everyone. Allow the hands to just gently rest to the sides of the body. The feet are facing forward, hips distance. As you inhale, arms all the way out and up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms to face up. As you inhale, press your hands towards the sky, relax your shoulders down. As you exhale, just start to lean over towards the right, any amount. Inhale through center. And then exhale to the left. Really press to the outer edge of that right foot. 1 more each side. And exhale. Release the arms all the way down. All right, I want us to get into, let's see how much time we have. Okay, a little bit of pelvic floor work just to round out the practice this morning. You don't have to be pregnant or postpartum to do pelvic floor work. We all need it. If you are using a blanket, I'd say just open it up the way it was at the beginning of class And I like to take my blocks, just stacking one block on top of the other to create this nice little chair. So if you're using blocks or you have something to sit up on, this can be really nice and supportive. If you don't, that's okay too. You can do this sitting in a chair. You can even do this in a simple, on the floor Virasana pose. I just want you to access those pelvic floor muscles, okay? So take a moment, find yourself a comfortable seat. If you're using blocks, just make sure the feet are wide enough and far enough in front of you so that you don't feel like you're going to topple over. And then just rest your forearms down on your knees, close your eyes. And just start to take some deep breaths into your low belly. Oftentimes when we are told to take a deep breath, our chests puff up, right? We're chest breathers. I do it a lot. You can relax the shoulders and try to think about sending your breath down to the low belly. That's that supportive breath that's going to help stabilize the pelvic floor throughout pregnancy into postpartum. And when we add this gentle internal squeeze, internal lift, quote, Kegel exercise, we're not using that word as much anymore these days, but what I want you to pair that with is the proper breath, okay? So the inhale is to relax all of those muscles down. The exhale is to gently squeeze and lift. This is internal, right? If there was this line connecting your pubic bone and your tailbone and I told you to squeeze those 2 points together, that's what I mean. And it's gentle, okay? So inhale to relax. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale to release. With control, exhale, squeeze. Yes, so we're not just dropping everything back down, we're gently lowering and gently lifting. By using this breath, the diaphragm and your breath, it's all working together to support your pelvic floor, up and down, one unit. And just play with it. Close your eyes. Relax as you inhale. And exhale, gentle squeeze and lift. Just a few more like that. Clean lines, right? So using that controlled movement, in tune with our bodies, we're actually really helping us to sort of access those muscles when it comes time to birthing your babies and pushing your babies out, really knowing when to push, when to back out. You need to feel comfortable with these muscles. Just a few more rounds. One more here, inhale and exhale. When you're finished, go ahead and just gently, carefully come off of your blocks. It took me a while to understand the breath and the cueing and exactly how to do that. If anyone ever has questions, you're welcome to message me and we can chat about it another time. I can try to explain it a little bit better. Anyhow, let's find, before we finish practice, I want you to make sure that you have everything you need for Shavasana. So if that means, using your blocks to create a little bed for yourself, and you have a bolster or like a couch pillow, as I mentioned, I would say one tall block at the back of the mat, one flat block, and then you can rest. This is a really giant bolster, but you can rest anything on top so that when you lay back, you're not flat on your back. I don't mind if you're flat on your back if you're comfortable there. And you're home. You can take Shavasana in your bed or on your couch or really wherever you want. So, but we're not quite done yet. So come to your mat. Once again, just comfortable cross-legged position here. Maybe grab a sip of water. Hope everyone's feeling good so far. And we will finish with our keep up exercise this morning. And if you've never done one of these before with me, it's pretty simple. You just have to keep up. That's all you have to do. So deep breath in, Cleansing breath out. And let's begin. Arms out to the sides. And we're just going to start to take some simple palms up, palms down. That's it. You may wonder how this has to do with yoga. But I do these in every one of my pre-postnatal classes because truly a keep up exercise is just what it's called. You keep up, and it's a metaphor for how we manage sensations in our bodies that might be tough to manage and different, and labor is exactly that. Especially for my first time mamas, we don't know what this will feel like, and if we can begin to practice relaxing the mind, using the breath, we will start to prepare ourselves for that big day. I also find that as a mom of 2 little ones, it's also really good practice because for a lot of us, the minute that we feel something that we don't like, that's a bit uncomfortable, our minds go, no, I don't like this, and we resist. So it's also just really good practice of taking deep breaths, knowing that you have what it takes to keep up. I usually like to play some kind of an inspiring song during these keep-ups, but I don't want to interfere with the video, so know that for next time, if you have something you love to hear, maybe this is a good time to play it. Music always helps me through. Try and relax your shoulders and your face, your jaw. Deep breaths. And I can't see you, so I don't know if your arms are up or not. You have a choice to put your arms down, but you also can keep them up. Now is a good time to practice that nice deep breath in. Maybe out the mouth. We're almost there. Maybe wiggling the fingers, try and relax the hip flexors, even relaxing the toes can help. Smiling can help. Last little push, you can do it, keep those arms up. Last 10 seconds, you've got this. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms all the way up as you inhale. Exhale, just let it go. Shrug the shoulders, shake out the arms, just do whatever you need to do. Maybe roll them out, just let it go. And then I want you to find some stillness with your hands at your heart. Closing the eyes, let's take a collective goodbye breath together in the nose. Sigh it out. Just let it go. It's over. Again, in the nose. And let it out the mouth. And my favorite part about that is just feeling my heart beating into my thumbs, kind of feeling that tingly feeling all the way from my shoulders down to my hands. And just that gentle sort of acknowledgement of being proud of yourself for getting through something that's not easy. But you did it. Two more breaths. Nice work, everyone. Let the hands just rest on the knees. Take a couple of gentle circles with the neck, just releasing any tension that you might be feeling in that space, especially after our keep up exercise. Take one or two in the other direction. Really letting the jaw open up. Bring your head back through center. Once again, just like we did at the beginning of practice, start to walk the hands forward. Just one more little hip stretch here. Allow the head to rest. Pressing those hips back. Breathe into the low back. Breathe into those outer hips, walking the hands over towards the right, pressing that left sit bone back and down. And then all the way over towards the left. Inhale back through center. And all the way back up. From here, I invite you to take any last stretch, anything that you need to round out your practice. The next 30 seconds or so, maybe it's just wide legs, leaning forward, anything that feels good. Otherwise, we'll make our way into Shavasana. So like I mentioned, maybe you're lying on your blocks and your bolster. Maybe you're flat on your back, maybe you stay in a comfortable seat. Wherever you are, just find a bit of stillness. If you're lying on your back, the soles of the feet can come together, letting the knees splay out. If that feels good to you, if that's too much on the hips, you can even just let the legs completely rest. Fixing any last, fixing the clothes, getting out any last little wiggles. And then taking one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Shavasana, closing the eyes. Allowing the body to melt into the earth. Hips are heavy. Knees, ankles, feet, nice and heavy. Relax. There's no effort anywhere in the shoulders, arms, hands, just really opening everything up. Letting the breath come back to that natural ebb and flow so we're not controlling the breath anymore. As the eyes are gently closed, just notice that softness, that space behind the eyes, that dreamy space. Even the hair and the forehead are relaxed. In your final resting pose, this is our chance to really allow the body to absorb the benefits of our yoga practice. So we spent the last hour, stretching and strengthening and moving for this moment so that we can open ourselves up to receiving all of those blessings that our practice provides. For me personally, I feel like every time I come to my yoga mat, I find something a little bit new. My body, maybe more of a mental shift. Just honoring how you feel today, noticing if any shifts have taken place over the last hour. Maybe starting to scan your body from the crown of your head all the way to the tips of your toes. Ready, begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can stay, obviously you're at home, you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you want, but if you're ready to come on out of it, maybe stretch the arms up overhead just like you're waking up for the first time. And bring your hands to your heart. Gentle bow of the chin towards our hands in prayer and gratitude for our practice, for these healthy bodies, for this virtual space that we have to practice together. Yoga, we use the word namaste, which means that the light that shines within me is that same light that shines within you. One more breath in the nose. Let it out your mouth. Happy Sunday. Namaste. Thanks for joining me.